All right, look what we got. We got a new carburetor. I'm gonna get me a chair. They're over here coming. I'm already hurting, ain't even got started yet. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna try to keep it where you can see it if I can. But this is the new carburetor for the zero-turn Craftsman. I don't know what year it is. It is ZST, I think, 7500. I was going to get a carburetor kit for it and found out that the carburetor, you could buy the carburetor new just about for what you could buy a kit for. I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, there it is. That's a nice looking carburetor. Purdy. But anyway, fixing to put this thing together. Hopefully, you got another filter. Already had one, now I got two. Thought I got another one around here somewhere. Now I noticed also, so I got to go back over yonder and do some digging in a little bit. I don't have to. Yeah, I do too. I'll have to go over and do it now. It did not come with the O-rings. So, I'm kind of surprised at that. Well, it sent the gaskets. Maybe you don't need the O-rings if you use the gaskets. I not know. It's got O-rings on it. I did have four, knocked them out. And I guess this is what they sent to replace that with. And that's what I'm going to use too. That O-ring's flatter than a flitter. So I'm going to take it out altogether. You can see it's got an O-ring in it. Right there. I'm going to take it out. The other one's laying over on the floor. Could probably turn it over and get by with it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to use these gaskets that they sent. Now then, I've got to figure out if this one has got a gasket on it. I didn't look, I don't believe it does. I believe it come off. This, I might have should have watched the video. I don't know what them's for. Those go there. It did not have a metal gasket on the old one that I know of. It just had, and that goes, okay, those go on top. There is a direction for those to go. I just thought of something else too. I did not clean the bolts up, and I know they're a mess. Whatever I did with them. I don't think I need that no more. There they are. Four of them. That's the old carburetor. I'm going to clean it up, put it back together. I don't think there was anything really wrong with it. I think I'm out of gas. That's not good when you run out of gas and don't even realize it. But anyway, and the fuel pump was bad on that one too, because it's done it before when it was full of gas. Today, you may leave it set for a couple of weeks and go to crank it up, it ain't gonna start. Sometimes you can beat on the carburetor and make it start. Biggest part of the time you got to spray something up in the. Waited to clean them up last. I'm sorry about that. Should have already done that, but I didn't. And I'll probably find some more stuff that I didn't clean up as time goes on. Cause I'm an old man. Can't remember like I used to. Never could very good. But I certainly can't now. So, if you will, just tolerate me. Now then, there is a linkage that has to go on there too, from somewhere. Well, can't find it from sitting there. And it's not in this mess here. That ain't good. I may have to shut down and start all over again because there is a linkage that goes on this. I may have left it over here. Let's see. And I know. Boy, if it's in there, I don't know if you ever find it or not. It's not good. I remember taking it out. That's the one that goes with the carburetor. Now that's it. That has to go on when you put the carburetor on. That's quite all right. Now then, these two gaskets, the only difference, there's two of them and I don't know why there would be two of them. But there is, and there's two on that one too, so I'm going to repeat the process. Then this that's where they go. Only thing about it, this goes on first. Yep. Now, probably can't nobody see what I'm doing. 4 bolts. There is set the camera up and then hide what I'm doing. That's my thought process. But in the middle you can see it comes with 2 gaskets. There's 2 gaskets right in there. Why 2, I don't know. It also sent a metal gasket. But this one here does not have a metal gasket on it. Make sure, yeah, it didn't have. Or maybe it does. Looks like the metal gasket goes in the middle. So, let me take that back off and do it right. Back up here where you can see my mistakes. It does come with 2 gaskets and a metal plate. The metal plate goes between the gaskets. Now you can ask me why, but I don't know. That goes on there like that. And then that metal gasket goes. See here. I have to do something real quick. That goes to the outside. These things have got a, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that sticks out. It's bent right there. That goes to the outside. Actually, it would be the inside there. Probably the way the air flows. I don't know. I do know that's the way it is. That would be on this. Yep. All right, now we're closer than we were. I don't know what that metal gasket does. I don't know what it's for, but apparently it's important or they wouldn't have included it in the design. They have a reason for these things that they do when they do tests to make something flow a little bit better, whatever. We don't ever know unless we do the research. This carburetor will eliminate issues that I have. Somewhere on here I've got that. Put this back up there where you can see it. Go tighten up these four. There's probably a torque on these too. Now, I don't know what it would be. I didn't look it up. But I've been doing this for a pretty good while, so maybe I can get by with my knowledge rather than... There's two of these. One of them's a little thicker than the other one too. That one I had to peel off, so I don't have any idea. I don't know. Two better than one, ain't it? If one do a little good, two do a lot of good. Now all of this, when you get it, when it's all said and done, the way this thing is put together, you can't take it apart. I got some nuts here somewhere. You can't take it apart. I should have got my tools over here too and put them all over here, so I don't have to run around for a half hour looking for stuff. I think that's 7/16. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, I don't have it here handy. I did have. But I used it for something else. Maybe it won't be hard to find. I got several projects going on now. I'm tearing down my 283 that's going in the 52. I mean the 49. Get my ducks in a row here in a minute. See, 16th. Let me see if that's what that is. It are. But I've got it going. It's beginning to tear down on it, and it'll be on YouTube also. Part 1 plus 35 probably. I don't know how much it's going to take to get it done a bunch. I do know that. The tear down on it's pretty slow. The lifters are froze in the lifter holes, and I can't get the cam out until I get the lifters moved. So I'm in the process of taking the crank out, and then maybe from there I could knock those lifters out, hopefully. I missed that one. In my tighten down sequence. Now then. Alright. I don't have to worry about that no more. I got all that together. That's where the fuel line goes in right there. So now I'm going to ease over there. This I think you'll have to go on this end. Pretty sure. No, I didn't take it off, so I guess that's still right. That's actually the choke mechanism. The throttle's over here, which runs off the governor. But anyway, that's where that goes. And so far, that looks good. I think that'll work. Get that dude on there, see if we can get her fired off. All right. Here she be. And then I got 2 gaskets. Hopefully you can see that. I've already got it cleaned up, so I'm going to try to do this. Probably just, let's see here. It's on this side. The one I can get to is fairly easy, so if there is such a thing. Nothing I've worked on here lately is fairly easy. Don't seem like. Get this out of the way. And then I've got to hook this up too, which is part of the PVC system. If I can get these two. No, that ain't gonna work either. Getting ahead of myself. You ain't put nothing together till you get that linkage on there. There is, put this up here, well, it's least dirty. There ain't no clean place on it. This right here runs off the governor. And it has to go, boy, that ain't gonna be easy to do, but it came off, so might be easier to do it this way. And I like easy. I know it was hard to get off of there. And when I say that, if you can see, this right here has to go on there a certain way because it's got to turn on the end of it. So, see here. Now then, I got it out. What's going to be the possibility of getting it back in? And that piece that's in there, that plastic piece that this scoots through, could possibly be in the wrong place. It's not going to let it out. It will. All right. Now then, I got to figure some way to get this right here in that little bitty hole. I could do it that way, like figure out a better way of doing it. That one in there better than I figured it would. All right, that's good. Now what do I do with my gaskets? Here's one. And a bolt. Now I put big block Chevrolets together, Chryslers, and they're easier to work on than lawnmowers. We live in kind of a small town, and the guy that used to do most of the lawnmower work around here got sick, if I'm not mistaken, passed away some years ago. So we don't really have anybody around here to work on, which I probably wouldn't let anybody work on my stuff anyway. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. That there don't seem to be just working in my favor. And still is not working in my favor. I know that thing ain't swelled up. There you go. I think. That may be why you need the O-rings. I don't think the gaskets is going to allow me to get in there. Alright, I think it went then. It didn't want to. Now I've got to figure some way to get to line up so they're the same on both ends. And some of this is metric and some of it's American, which is kind of weird. And part A of this, or one, I don't remember how I did it, but the tear down on this thing is something else. You got to tear it all to pieces to get the carburetor up. And I really think probably the biggest problem was the fuel pump. I don't think the fuel pump's any good. This thing runs good. It's a good pulling mower, good mowing mower. And it's old like everything else I got. But we've had it, I know we've used it 2 seasons. And when I bought it, it had a massive oil leak. I had to pull the motor off, and I don't know whether I videoed that or not, but anyway, I had to pull the motor off and put seals in it. Boy, them bottom bolts is a booger. To get get this out of the way. We cannot even find where the hole is. Like I said, it is a booger to get to. Whoever designed this really wanted a man to have show some patience. That may be too long. I not know. Tell exactly which way that needs to go. That may be it right there. That would stay there so I can get something what they would no. There is in my wrench fell off too. Now then, let's see here. If there's any way I could do that again if I wanted to. There's 3 of them. Number 4. Probably be the one that cost me the most. Until no. That one just wore out. Maybe it'll work this way. If I can get them 2 bottom ones tightened up, top ones ain't bad at all. really, I won't be too far off from cranking this thing. Once I get this and the fuel lines hooked up. There's a I'll go ahead and tighten it up the rest of the way with my other scranch here. That. And keep going the right way and tighten that nut. Alright. I think that fuel pump may be a 10 millimeter. This thing's got both of them, and I'm going to replace it before I try to crank it, because I know that now I got to hook up my PVC here. Not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do either. Hook the bottom up first and then try to get the top in there. Maybe. That ain't the easiest thing in the world to get going either. There you go. It's in there. That's part of the ventilation system. Keeps pressure built up from building up on the inside the case. So, I believe, guess I could go ahead and look this up once I find out where it's at. You know what? I don't feel nothing moving. Is that it? Holy smokes. Guess what? There's another linkage down in there. I thought there was just one. Well, there's two. And that's what I'm looking for. That's not going to work. That will not go in there. I don't think that way. But anyway, and I don't even know which that. But I've got to find it. So, when I find it, I will be back. It's over on the bench somewhere, I think. As SpongeBob would say, 2 days later, only it ain't been quite that long. But I did get the linkage hooked up for the choke, and it was not that easy, but I did get it. This thing right here plugs in at a different angle too, and the other one did. I don't know if it matters or not. Matter of fact, I think that right there will plug in dog. Well, maybe it will. Key was on, so the battery may be dead. I don't know. Now then, this is the fuel pump. I do know that it is no good, and I have a new one. I say I've got a new one, I got a brand new one over here, but it's got deals on it to keep dirt out of those inlets, and they don't want to come off. But they did. There is the new one. For those that like to be in the know, there it is. There's the new one. All right. I really don't know how much of that you can see from your vantage point. The cover that goes over this, and I'm hesitant about putting the cover on till I crank it up, but I think I'm going to go ahead and blow it out good because it is dirty. Alright, there's that. There are 2 hoses. One is the vacuum hose that operates it. One is where the fuel comes out. And one is where the fuel goes in. See if I can grab this thing just right, maybe. I have to have a wider pair of pliers to do that. Anyway, that's got to come off. So anytime I come across them when I don't need them, and then when I need them, I can't find them. I know, I'm the only one that goes through that. I don't care for these little clamps, but they do good. They're usually not that hard to get off. But being as today, the day I ain't got a whole lot of time, it may want to be aggravating. Now then, tell you one thing, my light. Yeah. Hard to find anything that ain't, that might help right there. That right there wasn't even hooked up like it was supposed to be. Now then, when I do that, it goes like that. I wish they would tell. They don't never say which one does what. Sometimes they are different. I ordered this for this machine. So I'm going to say that goes there. And they sometimes they're different size hoses too. These are all 1/4 inch if I'm not missed to. And Lord knows I'm probably not missed to. Now then, see, can I get this on there? And then, see, can I get this on there? The vacuum hose does not have a, I'm doing that before that won't work. It does not have a clamp on it. I'm not saying it didn't come out with one or that it don't need one. But this one does not have one on it. So, I hope we'll get that back up on there. Now then, this one. I think I'm gonna wait just a little bit before I do that. Stick the tank in it, put some gas in it. I think I have got some, yeah, I think I've got some gas in that can, not much, a little bit. Well, I mean not much either. I'll have to take it back out, but I want to make sure that pump's working. Because that pump ain't working. For whatever reason, not getting the right vacuum or whatever. Then all this is for nothing. Wonder how I did that before. I don't remember anything coming out. These two right there, and I probably won't be able to find it till I try to crank it. And they'll be scattered. Alright. It does have gas coming out. So that does answer one of my questions. Why come all the way down here without the right tool? And this is wasn't the one I wanted to answer, but it is a good question. I'll put this on there. It's got a little bit of gas in it. It ain't got much. But it do have a little bit. Maybe enough. Let's see. Figure out if it's going to work. Get these two out. While I'm thinking about them. Then, if the battery ain't dead, so what in the world could keep that from? Starter maybe getting hot too. Alright, come on now. Alright, I'm on. Let that battery charge up some. This thing says it's charged fully, but I don't believe it is. It is not. Turning over near as fast as it needs to, but it is turning over fast enough. Don't make sense. I think my starter must be getting hot. I've got a booster. I can stick that on there and find out. That battery's 3 years old that I know of. So it could be battery, although that thing says it's charged up all the way. If that makes a difference. Does that make sense, or does that make sense? Right, cranked up. All right, I did get it running. This camera was not on, the other one was. I picked some out of it and some out of it, the other one. But changed the carburetor and the fuel pump. And the reason it wouldn't start earlier is because the motor was not spinning over fast enough to create a vacuum, so the pump would work. I put my battery pack on there, and that did the trick. May have to choke it again. I don't know. Anyway, it runs good. That's what I want it to do. I appreciate you guys, all that are watching. I don't have a lot of followers, but there's a few people that kind of keep up with what I'm doing. And I appreciate that. I know that's people got a lot of better things to do than to keep up with me, but I appreciate those that do. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will talk to y'all later. This is the end of part 2 of putting the carburetor and stuff on there. So I've got another event, another deal that I'm working on over here, project. Of course, everybody knows about my 49, and I'm putting a 283 Power Glide in it, And that's another journey that I'm documenting. Talk to you guys later. Bye.